What's up, Exiles? I'm Braveheart, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to crush all the Act 1 bosses as a warrior. This is the first boss of the game. He's pretty simple. All he really does is a big overhand swing, and then he does this little charge as you can see him doing here. And then he summons little monsters you gotta AoE down. And there's the overhand swing, you just have to roll out of the way. You can tell he's going to be doing the charge when he brings his weapon all the way behind him. And you can tell he's going to be doing the big overhand swing when he glows red. The big overhand swing isn't blockable, so you'll need to be dodge rolling out of the way. Here we go, we're on just about 1 HP. Oh my god, we got hit by this slam. We're on literal 1 health here. The boss is really low. Can we do it? Who I dodge rolled? One more auto. Oh my god, we got it. Easy boss, not even close, baby. Not even close. On to the second boss. He's a big old worm in the ground. He glows red and he does a big old slam. You just gotta dodge roll right out of that. You just DPS him down. He's gonna go underground here. He's coming up. He's gonna go back underground again. Big old slam. Gotta dodge roll that. He's gonna go underground another time. He's gonna come back up. Going back underground again. You're going to avoid where he comes up, it does a little AoE. And then he's going to do a big old spit. You got to avoid being on the front whenever he's doing that spit. You got to watch out for his tail. He'll smack you around with his tail and he'll spit out worms with it. Really, the rest of this fight's just repeated. He summons some bugs. You just got to AoE him down really quickly. Avoid the big slams. Make sure you get behind him whenever he does his spit. And then that's pretty much the whole fight. You just follow him around whenever he goes underground. There's the spit that you gotta watch out for. It almost killed me. Boom, easy peasy, not even a hard boss, first try. Here we go, on to Draven. Draven's kind of where the difficulty starts getting a little bit harder. He has a few mechanics. Whenever he brings his weapon arm all the way back, he's going to swing forwards and do a slam, and then backwards and do a slam. You gotta dodge roll to the side. Whenever he summons little spirits, they're going to fly up and then they're going to come back down. They're going to target you. Once they're in the air, you need to start moving around and dodge rolling. Now these spirits, they'll leave a trail of frost on the ground that you got to avoid. The next thing Draven's going to do is he's going to do a stomp and spirits are going to fly up. Then he's going to do a front and back slam. These spirits are going to chase you around and leave a path of frost. Then he's going to detonate them. Really, I just play this boss fight pretty slow. I mean, I get hit by a few slams. Outside of the big slam stuff, he doesn't do a bunch of damage. So if you play slow and you avoid the slams, he's a pretty easy boss. He does the spirits. I'm just gonna run away. Anytime he does the spirits that chase you around, I find it's best to just try and get as much distance between you and him as possible. And then you can re-engage after the spirit are done and the Path of Frost is over. Oh boy, after a long fight, about ready to get this finished. Boom. Smacked him up real good. So here I wanted to show you guys how I was clearing all the mobs as warrior. What I like to do is I like to use my rolling slam to get them ready to be stunned. You can really use any of your moves. Shield charge works pretty good. Any way to get them to where they're prepared to be stunned. And then you use your bone shatter and it AoEs them all down. Real nice and satisfying. But I just wanted to show you guys that really quick. Here we are, we're on the King of the Mist altar. To activate the King of the Mist, you gotta defeat all the little mobs first and then he'll come out afterwards. Here you can see I killed the last two mobs and then here he came out. He starts off by doing a big old slam. You can tell he's going to do this slam when he raises his staff over his head and it's purple. So throughout the fight he's going to teleport away and spawn totems. You always want to try and focus these totems down as they'll do AoE pulse to everyone on the map. Whenever he does his big purple slam, he'll leave a pool of red around the map. And I like to try and like almost never fight him whenever he's near that. Here he teleports away behind the red cloud. I see he spawned up a totem. And then I'm gonna just roll around and try not to fight him pretty much near this pool. The pool despawned, one up top. Spawn more pools. He's ready to be stunned, so I use my bone shatter on him. Any mobs that are ready to be stunned, I just recommend using the bone shatter on it. It does a lot of damage. He spawns more totems, so you gotta go focus those down every time. The King in the Mist has a secret move. Whenever he gets to 50% health, he transforms into his ultimate form, making him much stronger. When he's in this ultimate form, he still does his big slam. It does a little bit more damage. And he randomly curses you. And it freezes you. And I'm not entirely sure how to stop that or prevent it. So you'll see the totem in the middle will all the time be sending clouds of purple out. You want to avoid these. You'll spawn these little purple balls if you roll over them. It makes you take more damage. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Here he's channeling up a ball. It's going to come out and target you a little bit and try and hit you. If that little ball hits you, he spawns a whole bunch of little purple orbs you have to avoid on the ground. Here I got hit by the purple ball. You can see it spawns little bitty purple orbs on the floor you have to avoid. Dodge rolled out of the big slam. So as warrior, if you spawn a whole bunch of purple balls, what you can do is you can spawn your totem on top of the purple balls if they're in a bad spot. And it'll eat the purple balls up and get rid of them for you. So you don't have to worry about stepping on him. But in this form, he doesn't teleport around. He still spawns the totem. Boom, that's how you do the King in the Mists. Easy boss fight once you know what he's doing. That skull he gives you is how you get the 30 spirit. You just have to use it in your inventory. And that's how you use an aura. Yeah, I think it was a one shot. I was like full health. The guillotine, he says, and then he kills you. Most of the stuff you can actually survive, but not that apparently. Here on this boss, he has a few moves that you really have to look out for. One of them's going to be the guillotine. That's going to be a one-shot type mechanic. Here he glows red and he brings his axe over his head, and then he does a big slam. All you have to do is dodge roll out of the way. Easy peasy. Here's the guillotine where he's going to go ahead and he's going to make a big old circle on the ground. And you just got to get out of that circle as soon as you can. Then after those two moves, that's really all he does. You just got to avoid the circles on the ground. Watch the two big slams he does and the guillotine, and then that's all he does. Rinse and repeat from there. This guy summons a lot of little guys. There we got him this time. Just had to be careful for the guillotine. Here we go, we're on Candlemass here. He does like 3 whole attacks. He does a big slash. You just have to dodge roll that. There's his big slash. The key indicator for the big slash is he brings his sword up over his head and it glows orange. One of his other moves is he's gonna spit flames like that all in front of him. You just have to dodge roll behind him. And then the last move you have to worry about, he's gonna get on pretty much all fours. And then shoot out a whole bunch of bombs that you kind of have to dodge roll around and avoid. Kinda hurts. Got him. Yeah, I'm quite tanky. I definitely need to work on maybe moving that around a bit. Oh shit, here we go. Last boss, Count Gregor. Now this boss is pretty difficult. I think at the time my weapon really isn't great and my gear isn't great. If you're really struggling with this boss, I'd highly recommend that you go ahead and maybe farm some mobs, try and get some better gear, because you're going to need it for this one. Now Count Gregor has two forms. One's his little human form. This one's not very difficult at all. Really the only thing you have to worry about is he does a big old thrust, and if you get caught in it, he'll pin you into the wall and it does quite a bit of damage. There's the thrust. His dog form is the one you kind of have to worry about a lot more. It does a whole bunch more damage. He does a charge, big old leap attack. Gotta avoid that. And then he'll teleport up into the sky and come back down in a circle. Gotta try and avoid getting hit by that. Once he reaches 50% life, he transforms into this new form. He gets a sword, plus he's the dog still. The dog, frontal cones, ice shards at you. He raises his sword up and he calls down little bolts of frost. You gotta avoid those. And then he does a frontal cone. Whenever he stabs the sword into the ground, you gotta find a safe spot that's not covered in ice, because if you're on one of those, whenever he blows it up, it'll freeze you. He still does the teleport into the sky and fall down mechanic. Prioritize avoiding the bolts coming down here, as you don't want to get frozen and die. Here he's gonna go into the mist, and he's gonna summon little worgen type things. These explode on death, so you gotta be careful about standing in the corpses. But here you gotta try and kill as many as you can to try and get some flash charges back. But pretty much after that, it's rinse and repeat. You just gotta try and avoid as much damage as you can while you're killing this guy. It's a long fight for me because I don't do enough damage. But if any of these tips helped you, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Path of Exile 2 guides. Hit that bell so you never miss a video. I got plenty more tips coming up. I got all of Act 2 video coming out soon. And epic battles coming your way. And don't forget, Odin's Chosen, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite moment of the video was. Let's just keep building this community together. Holy shit, I fucking did it. This was way too fucking hard.